Dan, welcome, beloved mighty companions, to the holy circle of God, the only circle worth being in.
Yeah.
And you start to see how quickly consciousness plays. What have you done for me lately, Jesus? You're not helping me at all. I was talking to him about that, and sometimes that feeling, well, am I really being helped? And he's saying, you'll be saying that right in the middle of a miracle. Because we don't even, that's how much we don't even know. Like we have to ask them whether we've had a miracle or not, really. That's how that's how the play goes. Like all the universe is behind us, and that little play in consciousness to say no. It's very humbling. And of course, today's lesson 340, Jesus, help me just fully let this lesson sing in my heart, in the heart of the one. That not a single thought being more important than this one. I can be free of suffering today. And putting these thoughts of God to the test and see slightest twitch. I can be free of suffering today. It feels good. Use them enough to see that they work. They're given for holy purpose to the Son of God. Father, I thank you for today and for the freedom I am certain it will bring. Jesus, am I certain it will bring freedom today? He said, you're only certain for seeing it bring freedom is to follow me. Because if you follow the other voice, you can never be free. Thank you for today. Do I have any desire not to thank you for today? Below my level of awareness. Any desire below my level of awareness to continue suffering, the play of suffering, I'm willing to see it. The wanting of it, the relishing of it. Mask. Yeah, he's saying it's really powerful to just see how much you relish all of it. Relish suffering more than divine being. That admission, as many have said, is just such a relief. I really want suffering. It's almost instant. You know, those little Alka-Seltzers, and you drop them in. Oh, what a relief it is. One of the most famous commercials ever written. That's what these thoughts of God are for. Yeah, just in case there's someone in the world who hasn't heard this commercial, it's you drop two of these little pills, Alka-Seltzer, and they fizz in a glass of water when you have a stomach upset, and Jesus saying they're all the same. These are your little Alka-Seltzer tablets. I will be free of suffering today. He says that's the real solution. The decision in mind. I can be free of suffering today. This day is holy, for today your son will be redeemed. Do I have any doubts about being redeemed today? I'm willing to look. And if I can ask you, because he'll tell us if we have doubts of that I can be redeemed. He says, then just use the course lesson. I can be free of suffering today. Okay, let's look. Any doubt thoughts that I can be free today, and just test out. We'll do the light test with the thought for the day. I can be free of suffering today. I'm asking them, can that be used in every case? Every case. The tiniest twitch, I can be free today. It's a good way to go to the movies. Every twitch, I can be free today. Such a great reminder. His suffering is done. Father, is my suffering done? Is it already over in the light of divine being, starting with the light? It's helpful to remember this. Jesus, will you help me remember that my suffering is ended? Even when I want to pretend that it's not. He was really, this morning we were doing a contemplation, and I can see how he definitely can't seem like things will start washing up, and just to be ejected, not be held in the beingness anymore. And you have to ask him. I have to ask him, is this a release, or am I holding on to something that I don't want to let go of? He definitely showing me, I can't tell the advances from the backwards at all, not one little shred. That I have to ask him that. Is this a release? Am I hanging on? And it's comforting, even when it seems like some kind of, who knows what it is, ego defines everything. But in the middle of it, is this a release? And I'll say, yes, stay with me. Okay. Whatever it looks like, stay with me. I said, that's a good general practice, isn't it? You go, yep. Stay with me, even when you're accusing me of not helping you. Stay with me. Those words have come out a few times over the course of the. Where are you, Jesus? And then and you can hear that voice. I'm right here, Same voice, always there. I'm here. And just comforting, just going. Is my only desire for God and his kingdom, Jesus? Yes. And you see, like, again, every one of those words, every sentence, it like in the Course in Miracles or this book, just like, oh, he's so right. I need to rely on his strength. Definitely. Definitely. Unequivocally. His suffering is done, for he will hear your voice directing him to find Christ's vision through forgiveness. As I'm saying, we know it's true. It's always good to have it confirmed, though, where it just gets really confirmed, because you can see how helpful it is just not to have any assumptions. And I was talking today about assumptions on even miracles. He says, you even have to not even know what a miracle is. Not even know that. Not a clue about miracles. He says, let me be concerned about them. Because even that there's an idea of what a miracle looks like. The habit of making miracles something in form, the way it looks in form. And he's trying to help us transcend anything looks in form. So yes, change in perception, but really giving up that meaning even. He says, yes. Says, you let me be completely in charge of all of it. You'll see what a relief. You start to see, oh, that's just a relief. I can see when there's tension that somehow it's not released to him. Yeah, not to know miracles, have no idea about advances or declines. Have nothing inform you on what a miracle is. You can even ask him, was that a miracle? He says, I can hear him. He's going, that's best. I'm saying, so you need even to wean us off miracles. Yes, because it's a conceptual idea too. It becomes a concept. It's a concept that the ego has because the ego doesn't know what love is and it's afraid of miracles. So it's even going to, in forgiveness too. I'm saying, do we have to forgive forgiveness? Yes. That's why he says it's the last. Forgive forgiveness. Forgive that we have to forgive. See that we don't want to forgive and forgive that we. No room in there for any ideas. For he will hear your voice directing him to find Christ's vision through forgiveness. And be free forever from all suffering. Jesus, do I have the divine power now to be free from all suffering? Am I willing to accept the divine power to be free from all suffering? Do I want to have any, is there any denial that I can be free from all suffering, like right now? I'm willing to see it directly, any kind of suffering itch. How much suffering is relished. Will you show it to me? Thanks for today, Father. I was born into this world, but to achieve this day. Let's ask him. Jesus, was I born into the world just to, yes, achieve this day? So that really resonates. I think I've told this story before, like a number of years ago. I just had this impression of just really being mad about being born. Like livid. I don't want to be born, like that. And someone else said that too. They, and it's probably all of us. He says, oh, that's humbling. He says, that's not acceptance of function. To see that this is the only purpose for birth is to see that the unborn, to recognize what's unborn, what never can be born, to cease to deny. And what it holds in joy and freedom for your holy Son and for the world be made, he made, for your holy Son and for the world he made. Yeah, he's reminding me, I love that Genesis, that new version of the Genesis in the Aramaic version of the Bible. The Son of God created the heavens and earth. The Son of God was made for him and by him. And darkness was over the infinite space. And the Spirit of God was over the waters. See the solution, the all-in-one package. For the world he made, which is released along with him today. Is the world released along with me today, Father? It sometimes seems that God has some requirements in the play of consciousness. You'll like swear to it. There are moments where you just go, oh my God, God, what else do you want from me? It's like I'm going to ask him, is there any desire not to accept the full package that God expects nothing? Is there any little lingering idea that God expects something from me? I'm asking Jesus. So the one who knows can deliver it direct. No sideways. It's so helpful to hear it from the one who knows. Be glad today. Be glad. There's no room for anything but joy and thanks today. Our Father has redeemed his Son this day. Not one of us, but will be saved today. No one who will remain in fear, and none the Father will not gather to himself, awake in heaven in the heart of love. Am I awake in heaven in the heart of love? Jesus says, infinitely awake in the heart of love. In the heart of joy. Tidings of comfort and joy. We sing that song, tidings of comfort and joy for Christmas, without ever feeling it in the play of consciousness, really. Or brief little snatches, like little scraps of infinite joy, little teeny tiny. It's so funny. The world's so obsessed with identity theft. If someone steals my credit cards, I'll have identity theft. Let's talk to Jesus about that. Who stole the identity? How about that one? He said, identity can't be stolen, it can only be denied. The identity is just here. Is joy here, Jesus, in the light of divine being and honesty of God? Infinitely, he says, infinitely. Wow, this is touching. He said, would you not ask me these questions so that I can answer them for you? So you would know of love and not of fear. That you would hear my voice whisper in your ear of all the love of the Father has for you. Would you not ask me these things? to see that the Son of God remains untouched by anything of this world. Always free in the light of divine being. Infinitely loved by the Father. That heaven awaits on your slightest call. Your tiniest willingness. That it can't possibly be a single other way than to be one with Him as He made you. Perfect, holy, and complete. I would have you know this now. That you are made by love for love only. A love that knows not time nor space, nor any of the ways of this world. Do not wait for heaven. For it's all that you are. You cannot be without God. For this would be a denial of His will, which is your will. Amen.